Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Tea with Tasha. I hope you have enjoyed it. I certainly have, and I have a special subject I wanted to talk about just as far as to the men. And like I said in my last video, how there's an attack on men and how the system doesn't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see you do well because it benefits them. It benefits when you're in jail because that's jobs for other people. So, one thing that I did want to talk about, I had talked to my son one day and I asked him, I said, "Hey, what's wrong?" He said, "I'm angry." And I said, "Why?" He said, "I don't know." And I said, "Oh, okay." And so I had talked to my husband about it and I said, "Hey, I talked to him." He said he was angry. And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I understand." He said, "That's essentially what it means to be a black man. That's essentially what it means to be a black man. That is like a fire in your belly, that is something in your heart, and you're angry. You're angry because you feel what I talked about in the previous video. You feel it. You might not be able to identify it, but you feel it. You feel when they're targeting you at school. You feel it when they're targeting you on your jobs. You feel it when the police are following you, pulling you over. You feel that, and especially for our young men, you have this passion and this fire in your belly, and it's like you want to do something, and you have all this like energy. It's just like a ball of energy that you have, and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know where to go with it. You just kind of, you could feel it brewing. And I'll say what I've said once: the only way you're going to be able to deal with that fire is through God. That only way that you're going to be able to handle that, it's like a ball of fire, that passion, is through God. Because you have every right to be angry. You have every right to be angry when you're seeing your loved ones and your friends in caskets and at your same age. You have every right to be angry when you know things are not fair. But God, you have every right to be angry when you know they're targeting you in school, you know, doing things to make you feel less than. You have every right to be angry, but especially for our young men, the only way that you're going to be able to get through that and past that is by giving your life to God. The only way that you're going to be able to even deal with that, because it's something that God gave you. You are king, and you are capable, but the world is trying to clip your wings so that you don't grow, so that you get out here and make a bunch of mistakes, and that you get out here and get into these traps. And these traps are laid for you: the sex, the drugs, the crime. It's all laid out for you. The creating a lot of different families. Don't run into those traps. Run so that God can lead you. Let Him take that passion that you have inside. Let Him take it and make it into something amazing. Let Him take it and turn it into something that can prosper you, something that can grow you, something that can provide for you. Because that energy is still going to be there. And if you don't learn how to control it, if you don't process what's happening to you and process your emotions and your feelings, you're just going to run from one impulsive, move to the next, because you have so much energy and just passion and that fire. It's almost like you got it and you don't know what to do with it. Like, you have to learn how to hone it, how to hone that energy, and create it into something beautiful. Hone it into becoming better at your job, or better at school, better in your sports, and better in whatever it is that you put your hand to. You have to let God make it into something amazing. And God is waiting on you to submit to Him, because that's essentially what God wants us to do. He wants us to recognize that we have to surrender to Him, submit to His will for our lives, and man, take flight from there. Take flight from there. I know it may not be trendy, but giving your life to the Lord early is a blessing. I was 17 when I gave my life to the Lord, and it changed my life forever. And I avoided so many different things because of it, because I allow God to protect me, because I allow God to lead and guide me, and I didn't fall into teenage pregnancy or abusive relationships because I kept myself under God. And especially for our black men, our black women too, but our young black men, you need to submit to God and rise up and choose a better life for yourself. A better life for yourself. Because if you choose a better life for yourself, it's going to change everything around you. Everything around you. And we will support you in your choices. I know when my brother gave his life to the Lord, and my brother was young, he was 21 years old. He was drinking every weekend, and he found out he had a baby on the way, and he was just like going nowhere with his life and just a mess. And he gave his life to the Lord, and it changed his whole life and everybody around him. He eventually married the woman that he had the baby with. They had a beautiful family. She gave her life to the Lord. When I saw God change him, I gave my life because I knew what my brother was getting into. I knew that he was just on a bad path. And because he did, he avoided so much pain in his life. So much pain. It may not be trendy to, give your life to the Lord when you're young, but you need it because life is real in these streets. No matter if you live in the city or the suburbs, it is real. The enemy is trying to attack our young men, and if they take them out, man, the house gonna fall. The house gonna fall because the foundation is already broken. But if you submit to God in your youth, if you submit to God while you still have all of your faculties, while you can make a difference in your communities, if you rise up, you change everything. Everything. You change everything around you. Man, you change everything around you. We will be here to support you because I know as moms and aunts and uncles, man, we love you. We support you. We want to see you do well. We want to see you on the right track. We are praying for you that you continue to do well. Take that fire and turn it into something special. Take that fire and turn it into something that changes your life and changes the lives around you. I know it's plenty of young black men who have already buried friends. And that's heartbreaking, who have already buried cousins and nephews and god brothers. And that's heartbreaking. We don't want to see another body in a box. We don't want to be leaning over another casket because this young man lost his way. Let's find your way while you still can. Find your way. You need him because it's so much against you as young men and women. It's so much against you out here. It's so much against you. But if God is on your side, who can be against you? If God is on your side, man, take flight, rise up. You can do it. You can be successful. Seek God and he'll direct you. Just your small steps, your big steps. We need our young men especially to take their place. To take their place in this community and rise up and do something better with your life. Don't get caught in these traps where, man, you get off into having babies and drugs and crime. If you stand up and be men, then the women can relax. The women don't have to do it all. They can rest. And we will support you because we want that for you. We want the space to be feminine, to not have to be so strong all the time. We want that space because it's not easy having to carry the whole weight of everything. Man, I just wish that the young men would rise up and allow us the space to be soft. Let this next generation of young women not have to say that they're independent, not have to say that they don't need a man, not have to say that men are not this and not that. Let them rise up and say, man, the men in my life are good to me. The men in my life take care of me. The men in my life provide for me emotional safety. They can provide a physical and emotional support and safety for us. We need to support our young black men because we want to see you win. We want to see you win. Because when you win, we all win. We win as a community. And we have to win together. We have to. But let's support our young black man. And I know I may not know what it means to be a man, but I certainly know what it means to love one. I certainly know what it means to love one. And we see you. We see you struggle. We see you hurting. We see the world come for you on your job, at work, at school. Man, we see it. And we're here to support you. We want better for you. We've watched you all of our lives. We've watched you and we see the struggle and we want nothing more for you to win. It energizes us. It energizes us when we see you win because it's something special. It is just something so very special when you see a young man, even an older man, when you see a man win, man, it does something to you because you know if he changes his life for the better, it changes everything. Everything around him, his friends, his family. He can be a support in his family. He's not, having a lot of friction. He can just succeed and do well and make his family proud. That's what we believe for our young black men. That's what we want for our young black men. Man, rise up and do something special. Don't go for the status quo. Don't go for just being whatever. Do something special with your life. Because when you do something special with your life, it changes everything for everybody around you and for the better. Build our communities. But it starts with the men and the leaders. It starts with them. The women will support you 100%. We believe in you. Know that. Know that. And that's why sometimes women can be so angry. So angry. Because we see you failing and it angers us because we know you can do better. We know you can do better. We know you can achieve. We know that you're wasting your life and your time and it angers us. It angers us because we want you to win. We want you to win. We want you to do well. Man, we want you to do well. I encourage you to send this to a young black man, an older black man. Get the word out. Let them know the narrative that's on TV, the narrative that's in the music is not true. We love you. We want the best for you. We want you to succeed. We want you to do well. We want you to do well. It energizes us when you do well. So like, share, send this to a young black man. Man, let's get out here and get it. Let's change the narrative of our community and show them what it really is. That black love exists. That black leaders exist. And they lead in their homes, supported by their spouses and their partners and their wives. Let's show them that we can do this together. Because nobody wins when the family feuds. I hope you have enjoyed this tea with Tasha. Like, share, and until we meet again.